really like that song, by the way. It's FYI. I really like that song. Guess I go ahead and transition on over. Hey, everybody. We turn the tunes down. How y'all doing this very beautiful, this very wonderful Wednesday? It is Wednesday, right? I mean, I'm not going crazy. It's Wednesday. Can somebody confirm? It's Wednesday. It is. It's hump day, right? Oh, so yeah, it's the day of my birthday stream. Yeah, my birthday's technically tomorrow, but I don't stream on Thursdays. So, but I do stream on Thursday, but I stream it on my football channel. So, hey, everybody. You get me today. How about that? You get me a day early for birthday. And talking about, Barnabas says it is Thursday. Well, then it's my birthday in Europe. Actually, no, even in Europe, it's not Thursday yet. So you must be in like New Zealand or something. You must be in like New Zealand or something. But thank you, everybody. Welcome in. Today, we got a lot to talk about. I will have a video after the stream. So FYI, this stream will not last terribly long. Probably an hour, hour and a half, because I'm gonna put out a video explaining the Bajoran Faction in detail for y'all. Y'all will be getting a little bit of a first look today, which is something that I tend to do. I try to give y'all a first look and answer your questions. This also helps give me a better idea of what questions you might have that you need answers. So for example, I'll put this graphic on the board. This is gonna be a graphic that we'll be using in today's video, but the new faction can be a little bit confusing from the outside looking in because it is brand new, but as a whole, it's not terribly difficult. And we'll work through that and we'll start talking about that as we go through it and everything about the entire process and the entire tree of the Bajoran Faction and what it is and what it includes and how to do it and yada, 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 yada. Make sense? Good? Everybody on the same page. Yeah, this is a shout out to Viper Vin who put this together for the very fun graph. Very fun graph. Winter spin events. There are no spin SLBs this month. Unless we can get them to add them, there are no spin SLBs. Now, there are spin IAPs, which are called in-app purchases, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Hey, Xavier, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let me, actually, I'll turn down the music just a smidge more. I feel like it's still a little loud. All right, there we go. And let me get the game back up in here. I'll take this off so we can actually get back up on the screen. There we go. Turn down. So JT, I wonder if I'm allowed to even say why. They wanted to do officer sourcing a little bit differently this month. And by different, can you read between the lines of what I'm saying? Can you read between the lines of what I'm saying? So, can you read between the lines? Yeah, I don't like it. You're right. You're right. Those who've gone through the calendar so far asking about how we're gonna be able to go through officer sourcing, the short answer for how do we do officer sourcing is there will be some SMSs that allow you to attain some officer shards through using the recruit menu. There will be a recruit pack that you can go after. To get more of the currency needed for the recruit pack that will show up, you will need to buy it. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit more when it comes out. So yeah, it's not Rev's favorite, not Rev's favorite at all. But yeah. Only a few officer events too. Whatever happens to spin ultra events. Look, me and DJ both have been pushing hard for spin ultra events. Pushing hard, but I've told you this before. The reason spin ultra events do not get a lot of traction is because, well, they don't make the company any money. But my argument to them is that's their fault. If you never run spin events, you end up people like Rev Deuce who have 112,000 ultras laying around. You have to clean out the currencies. Give people a reason to spend them. So, like, they have this circular logic of why we don't run things, but it's a problem that they created. If they would actually run ultra events more often and give us a reason to spend ultras, well, we wouldn't be sitting on these massive hordes. So, I'm gonna launch random armadas here. And I still got to do a lot of grinding today. We'll go through all the events. Murray says, solo I beat yesterday, can't beat today. One ship does yesterday and all 3 ships today with nothing different. No more directives till tomorrow logged off. Murray, I have no idea without seeing your situation. I did my 2 yesterday and did very well. It went exactly as I expected it to, and I had no issues. So thank you, JT. I appreciate it. And we are hoping health gets better too. It's just a weird thing to describe. Like, I'm not visually, obviously, I'm not like dying or anything, but it's just trying to figure out what the heck is going on type situation. So, yeah. Anyway. Ningen, so any idea the officers who'll be in the vault this month? No, I've not been told that for the treasury. I can try to figure that out and find that out for you, but I have no idea. Is that ship in your background a possible new ship that's coming? No idea. If you're talking about the Cardassian, well, Dominion battleship, they are an Armada, so I doubt it. Now, what I mean by they're an Armada is if you come up here to the new space, some of you may not have seen it so far, but let me just get one that's not hidden by deep space. This is, well, wrong one. I forgot that system doesn't have it. We got to go to like this one. And okay, Rev, use the little icons. See, there's the Armada icon. That's what I'm looking for. View system. There you go. Gemidar flagship right there. So that's what it is. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. On DJ stream for the Artfall, he was on with Eco and referenced a stepped event like Kobayashi Maru where we could spend mass and directives to earn officers. So Tribble, that's incorrect. DJ misunderstood something, and that is not how it's going to work. That is not an option. There will be no Kobayashi Maru event where you forever earn officer credits. That is not happening. So, and the espionage thing is still happening, Looney, FYI. We'll be doing a Bajoran Armada video with your setup. So I will, Typhon, that probably comes tomorrow. Today's video, I'll be explaining the Bajoran Faction. So after we do the stream, we'll explain the Bajoran Faction. So then tomorrow, I'll try to talk Armadas. Now, I'll tell you that so far, I've only gotten to run 2. So that's one of the issues is I need more so I can actually do more testing. I've only gotten to run my 2 Armadas, and I've seen some other people as well. But I need to get that. And, oh, crap. I need to ask this too. There we go. Let me pin this. Sorry, I got a lot of things to try to catch up on the back end. This is this month's storyline shows that people at Scopely haven't watched any Trek older than 4 years. Dennis, I can promise you that's not accurate. In fact, most of the people who are working right now that I've worked with, DS9 is their favorite. There's a reason the storylines are what they are. Good morning, Alara. Good to see you. The first arc was okay, but they come back to fail in arc 2 with more of the meta change, money grab stuff. See, Nelson, I don't agree. This month, for a free-to-play player, this is like the best content you've gotten in a long time. I love this content. For free-to-play, it's amazing. Now, there are some bad things event-wise. Like, I feel like the features and the content this month are great. What is not great, and see, I'm got to get my reset, so we got to do our hostile grinding. What is not great, what's not great is the event structure. That I feel like is a problem. Yeah. You ran a bunch of the Domatas, so nice, Dan. So I've only gotten to run 2 because I didn't buy a pack. But there's nothing wrong with buying a pack if you wanted to run more. So I haven't gotten to run a rare or an epic yet, and I need to do that. And I also got to go kill Domatas today. Yay. Who doesn't love killing Domatas? But I will say that Solar Armadas being like this new thing that I'm really liking means I'm having to change my strategies up. And I've now have to, put out 3 Armada crews. So obviously it's going to be a very important video. I just want y'all to know that is coming. It's coming. It's been a trying time in my alliance. We've had 12 people leave in the last 2 weeks for real life issues, in-game war, and people feeling burned out due to the new loops. The content's great, but so many new loops. I agree. And I think I'm going to end up making a video about what loops can we just talk about not worrying about anymore. Like, just like, hey, if you've reached this point, just ignore this loop now. Like, just leave it alone. Don't worry about it anymore and start on something different. So James says, I've tried 2 solo Armada so far, haven't won yet. I'm level 37. If you are like level 35 to 39, you're really going to be limited, depending on what your ships are, to running the lowest level Armada. You are going to want to run the lowest level one. It is beatable, and I will talk strategy with y'all. A lot of it's going to come down to crewing. The big thing with these is they have big hull health. You see, this one has 22 million hull health, but they don't put out a ridiculous amount of damage. 440,000 damage is not a lot. They don't have a big critical build, but you've got to punch through a lot of hull. So it comes down to crewing, running like the DS9 crew, if you have it, running, mitigation crews to make sure that you don't sustain a heavy amount of damage while you're trying to punch through. There are a lot of different crews that you can use, and we will talk about all the different variations based on what you have unlocked and what you have not unlocked. Draco says the last 3 arcs have increased required screen time to complete all tasks every day. It's untenable, and the number 2 on my server is thinking of leaving because of it. This goes back to what I try to really harp on with people. Stop trying to do everything, pick and choose. Don't let this game dictate your day. Don't let the game dictate your day. You do not have to complete everything. But I do agree with you. I'm complaining about new loops too. And it's even a conversation I've had with Eco where getting them to understand, like, hey, you're putting out new stuff. You're not fixing the old stuff. We're not happy about it. And it's a struggle bus sometimes. Getting them to understand that perspective. It's a slow change of the ship. Slow change. Let's see. In the Mantis grind. Now the Mantis grind, I grind 1 day, and that gives me enough to do singular pulls for 2 to 3 days. And that's how I do my Mantis. I do my Mantis where I don't try to do double pulls or anything, which means I intentionally slow myself down. But that way I'm not doing Mantis every day because it is a heck of a slog. It is a slog. I did level 43 Armada. Did we just lose that Armada because nobody came? I think we did. We did. I'm gonna have to bring bigger than a Burrell. Yeah, nobody really came. All right, let me bring something that's not a Burrell. Actually bring a little bit of beef. All right. Valdor, I choose you. No word on the Mantis free-to-play path, Pegasus. Sorry to say that I have no word on the Mantis free-to-play path yet. I'm still hoping to hear back from it. I've got a meeting with EcoBoost Engine, and we're gonna go over that. But as of now, I don't have anything. There's so many loops that the game is developing a new dynamic where players don't have time to do everything each day. This isn't necessarily a bad thing as it changes the homogeneous nature of play. So I agree with you to an extent, Curtis. And last year I made a video about, hey, this is why I focus on doing these things this day. And I'm sure how many of you remember that video. But the premise of the video was, hey, Monday I do this. Sunday I do swarms, and that's all I do. And the only thing I do every day is my dailies. And in terms of finishing up my faction rep, and then I'll have dedicated times to faction rep. Like when it comes to board grinding, I don't board grind until I run out of collective bargaining, and then I'll do it once a week. That's it, no more. Mining, I do not mine hardcore. I focus on protected cargo builds, and I mine overnight. That is my strategy. I try to focus on mining overnight. So it comes down to strategizing how you do your gameplay based on the fact that this game will suck your life away in terms of hours. And that does mean that, hey, some of you will I'll fall behind some of you because you start passing me because I'm going with slower strategies. But also I feel like I'm going with strategies that lead to less burnout. So today says players have been conditioned to FOMO so bad they rather quit entirely than fear they're underperforming. And see, that's what I have to try to fight, is get them to understand, look, this is just FOMO telling you that you need to do all this. But here's the trick, everybody. You don't. There's no end game. Like, you don't reach level 60 and there's this magic, like, super cool dungeon you go fight every day. Your end game is every day. So the goal is being great at where you're at, not getting somewhere to be great. And that's the paradigm we have to get people to understand. Why no resource spending event this month? The short answer is they wanted to do recruiting differently this month. The Arc Runner wanted to do recruiting differently this month. You pay for the Mantis. I've been ignoring that grind. So I still do my grind because I think that the officer sourcing is big. I love the officer sourcing for the Mantis, and I like the research. but I'm also not doing like a ridiculous hardcore version of it either. You know what I mean? Congratulations. Sorry, Defiant. Even then, you don't get a single congratulation. I mean, I'll give you congratulations. Sounds ominous. Well, it's not ominous. I've been very upfront with the current structure. Now, the Arc Runner is definitely open to having more events added and things like that as we go throughout the month. But when it comes to the calendar itself, there are no spin events. There will be some SMS events to allow you to earn a recruit currency. And that recruit currency will have an ultra type recruit in your officer recruit menu. And if you want more of those pulls to get more of those officer shards, you'll have to buy them. So no mass spin means no one will level up this month. So that's the tricky thing for me, because I was planning on leveling up this month to probably go to 45. I've got 44 in the oven and no real incentive to jump, but I also don't want to slow my progress because I wanted to be 46 by December. So you asked them to put a SLB for Honor Guard Warfare and Harrison instead of a new strike team. I just don't see why they would do that, but we can ask. Sure. Congrats, John, on getting your pylon. When you mine at night, do you find that's when your miners get hit the most? Mike, I don't care. This is something I wish I could get every player to be the same as me. Like if I could make every player the same as Rev, this is what I would do. Stop caring if your miners get hit, y'all. Who cares? Yeah, my miners get blown up every night, but that's when I focus on protected cargo builds. I have 2 full protected cargo builds. Who cares? Miners are cheap as crap. They're super cheap to repair, y'all. They're super cheap to repair. Who cares if they get blown up? If they bring home 100,000 in protected, I win. I don't care. It's a free trip home, points for reputation events, Graduate Kate said. I don't care. They're cheap. They're super cheap. Gilly says it's fun to cry about it. Facts. Can the fog of war be removed on the new token space? We can ask. I don't know why it's there in the first place, to be honest with you. I don't mind enough to get more than protected cargo. Yeah, I don't. Because if you think about it, during the day, you leave from protected cargo anyway, right? Like you don't just sit there and go 100K OPC. So why do you care if it happens at night? Emil says you were right. And when I saw the videos about camping, I realized I don't need to get to a very high level. Now I have more power at level 35 than any of my alliance members have at higher levels. Exactly. Because here's the thing that players need to understand about leveling up in Star Trek Fleet Command. You're not getting to level 60 free to play in a year or 2 years, okay? There's always going to be a bigger fish than you. So your goal can't just be to be the big fish. Unless you're willing to whip out your Dragon Ball Z wallet and spend a lot of moolah, you're not going to be the big fish. But what you can be is the smart fish, and you can be the strong fish, and you can be the best level 35 fish or the best level 42 fish in the pond. That's where the value is in the game, in my opinion. That's the value. You're not getting to level 60 right now as a free-to-play. It's going to take you forever. That's okay. If you focus on being great at your level, it doesn't matter if there's a level 50 who comes in and smacks you, because he's level 50. He had to come down 15 levels to hit you. But if you're dominating every 35 in incursions in your level, that's how you know you're good. To me, that's what it should be about. To me. I'm camping at level 31. As it is the top of my bracket, I need to catch up, and I'm really starting to be at the top of the SMS leadership boards for something I've been needing. Good, Mike. That's awesome. That is awesome. Anyone else think base skins would be cool? Yes, Ty. We've actually asked for base skins. Farrah says, will people who care if their miner gets killed, just like numbers, I suppose? It's the same for special PvP players who repair between each and every fight just to minimize potential loss. And look, if that's how you want to see the game, that's fine. But if we're specifically talking about overnight mining, why care, you know? Why care? Imagine being the new player of tomorrow. Which loop do you invest time, resource, money into? Well, see, Curtis, this is also one of the reasons that all these new loops are putting at like 30, level 35 and 40 plus. Because you can't put them in the 20s anymore. You got the Devore, you got the Discovery, you got the Franklin, you got the Vidar, you got the Stella. All of that is like level 15 through level 27. You can't put it anymore. Oh, Botany Bay. You can't put it anymore there. Do you have to keep putting them at, Amalgam, Mantis, Franklin A, Fisha? You got to start putting all those in the 30s. And it changes how you play the game. I'm level 31 to unlock the Bajoran store, but there's nothing in it. Anyone know what I'm missing? A futuristic? The Bajoran Faction starts at level 35? I'll put it in my video today. I have to go look at my notes. But level 35 today. Crash McKay says, it's why DJ said that this month Arc Loop is all about choice. I love that concept that you need to decide where and what to invest in. To an extent. There's not a lot of choice here because there's not a lot to do this month. The thing I think most people aren't clicking about this new loop is you can only claim antimatter once a day. Spend one a day while grinding antimatter just like 1 day a week. So look, we'll go over this more in the faction video, but you get enough to do one uncommon every day. And so in your faction pool, assuming you're at the level and everything, you get enough if you do your full pull hostile exchange to do 2 of these 3 every single day. You can do rep advancement, directive exchange, or credit exchange. You can pick 2 of these 3 every single day. And as you progress through this, you can get 1 to 2 rare directives a week. So this new loop is actually really good sourcing for all the things. It's really good sourcing for all the things. Also, we just finished that one, so I can recall this shit. Graduate cases don't do the credit exchange, you get credits elsewhere. Yes and no. I would say that it can be useful to get those credits now because the entire point of the credits are the Bajoran favors, which are basically researches. These are exocomp / permanent researches. So this is a big deal. You want these. There's some really good ones here. Sorry for all the sniffles, y'all. Having kids is tough. There's some really good ones here. Prime tribute pack worth it. None of the primes that come out are good. I'm actually probably going to have an entire video Friday talking about how bad the prime situation is. Like, it is ridiculously awful. It is stupid bad. Stupid bad. Let me pull these because I need these to do my... I need better directive sourcing than that. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and launch another one just because I need more stuff. Yeah, all the new primes that came out are absolute dog garbage. I will not be promoting them. I will explain to you how it works, but essentially, for those who have no idea what I'm talking about, they essentially made 3 primes that cost $1,500. That is the best way to describe it. They made 3 primes that cost $1,500, and they're not even good. Like, they are scaling primes. Like, you heard that correctly. They are scaling primes. I'm about to go get another drink because I got sinus drainage. But anyway, this is a 5-tier tribute to give you a 100% bonus at max. It's $100 per tier. Literally 100% bonus. Let me show you my exo comps real quick. I got that. I can do a 1-hour grind with 100% bonus for my playing on exo. Or I could do it with 70%. I have others here too. Not worth it at all. Complete waste of money. I never try to be the guy who's like, because obviously the game, I need to be financially successful for me to be financially successful. But I'm not going to tell y'all about stupid stuff. 3 primes that costed total $1,500. It's a complete waste of your money. Complete waste of your money. Like, utter trash. Like, I encourage people to buy things like battle passes, and there are some things I'm like, yeah, spend $100. I bought the rep pack. It was worth it for me. But that, no, not a shot. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Cardassian Prime seems the only one worth it. Even that one, I'm kind of like, eh. Even that one, I'm eh. Robert says not worth it all. I'm a spinner at Austin 4. I agree with you, Robert. And, you know, I'm here to, you know, fight for the free-to-play and the paying player. And to me, if I'm a spender, there's almost nothing to buy here. And that kind of sucks because spenders, you know, somebody who spends on the game, they spend because they want to, not because they have to. What is the want to incentive here? Let me point to other pack problems also. Stephen Hicks, I have an entire video about Angel in Disguise. You can go check out, my friend. I have an entire video about it. Check out the Solo Armada's Elite. Literally $100 to do 1 epic, 4 rares, and 3 uncommons of the new Solo. As a spender, where's the value there? Where's the value? There's no value. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And as Graduated points out, if you go to the $50 option, that's the $100 option, the $50 option just loses the uncommons and 2 rares. And all of the side stuff. So like, there's a ridiculous overpricing to this new mechanic. And as a whale, like, if y'all want to spend, if you're a spender, if you want to spend on that, that's fine. But, and the value for spending, the incentive to spending just seems so low this month. So low. Beam says the tribute primes are an awkward compromise between skipping grind by buying rep and saving money by grinding it out. Here's the thing, Meme. If you really want to invest in that, your Syndicate tree, man. Your Syndicate tree gives you bonus faction goals like level 25, a 1.75. Do the math. 1.75 is a 75% increase. Syndicate. If you want to invest in something, invest in Syndicate. That's better than going $1,500 into a prime. You hit level 35, you have a 2.25 bonus. This is your value. Like, if you really want to get better, and Robert's a spender, he can confirm what I'm saying. Draco's a spender. If you want to get better at your rep grinding and what you're getting from your factions, those $1,500 primes are not the correct answer. This is the correct answer. If you truly want that, spend money on your Syndicate. And that's just what it is to try to like tell people. And like, hey, if you're going to invest, there's nothing wrong with spending your money, but spend your money wisely in game. Getting a level 35 Syndicate is a heck of a lot more valuable than spending, $500 to get 1 faction bonus up to 100%. That's where the smartness is. ASX says no one's getting a Syndicate 35 without a lot more than $1,500. In time, yes, but look. Here. If you're a spender, most of you are probably spending on the Amazon store right now, hopefully, but there's also the multi-phasics option, which, nice lag there. Thank you for the lag. There's the multi-phasics option. I still have some multi-phasics over. I haven't bought them since I've been doing the new store, but your what? There's my Syndicate pack. Syndicate sourcing here. Mantis gives you Syndicate sourcing every day. Your Syndicate pull. There are a lot of people who are already close to 30 without spending a ridiculous amount of money. Long term, if you want to talk about investing, Syndicate's a better investment. But even then, I only use 35 as an example. 25 gives you a huge boost. If you get to, 15, 16, right here, this one, level 15, you start getting a significant boost to your rep and to your faction credit grind. Keep going, level 20, a significant boost in terms of comparing it to those primes. Way cheaper here. Way cheaper here, y'all. Way cheaper. Get to 25, have it again. This is way cheaper than $1,500 on a prime because this is for all 3. This is for all 3, y'all. Anyway, there's a lot of, in my opinion, poor investment strategy in the new content. Now, Robert says the Bajoran enlistment pack is a great value. Which, let me see if that's the Bajoran faction pack, and that might be just one for you. I don't think I have that one. Oh, there it is. Bajoran enlistment special. For me, this is just, the value has to be in the diplomacy tokens, the credits, which are just going to get you favors quicker. I would rather spend this $100 on my treasury because my treasury is going to be more. But those Bajoran credits, that's not a ton of Bajoran credits. That's not a ton of Bajoran credits. Like, realistically, because we're looking at the favors, and most of these favors have got a lot of tiers to them. So that would have been 10 level 1 favors. 10 level 1 favors. On the value for that. Also, I gotta go do this grinding. But anyway, that is relative to like your choice and what you're going for, right? Like, so that's not a wrong answer. I will agree with Robert that it's definitely more valuable than some of the other packs. But Mike says, if I have the PC client, I have the app on my Samsung tablet and phone, do I need the Amazon version? So if you want to take advantage of the Amazon coin thing I've been talking about, you have to have the Amazon App Store on your Samsung device, for your example. Download the game from that Amazon store and play it there. So like, I've got 2 versions of the game on my Android phone. I have the regular Google App Store and I have the Amazon App Store. So I have 2 versions of Star Trek Fleet Command on my phone. Hey GNS, how you doing? When does the Mantis get sourced? Zeke, they have not announced a free-to-play sourcing for the Mantis, which again, I gotta do a Mantis grind today, but I'll have to wait till after stream because I'm getting stream sniped a lot doing my Mantis. So Thomas, Amazon coins is US, Japan. I mean, I think most of the European countries. It's a lot of them. I can give you the full list in my Discord. Corey says 1,500 for 3 primes. I'm disgusted at the money grab, but hey, they put heroic on it and that'll make it okay. Yeah. Look, I will always say, hey, this is valuable or not valuable. And I can never encourage or promote these new primes. Thank you, Draco. Yeah, I mean, Amazon's treating us decently. I mean, it's nice to get a sponsorship. That's pretty cool. They aren't having a material spend event for this new Officers Month. Nope, they are not. They're having a spend your money event this month, like directly. So. Because as Tough Guy says, because our packs are like $100, especially for a heavy spender, the most you can save is 20% in the Amazon App Store. And I'm not trying to turn this into a promo, but just explaining it for those curious. So what that means is, like, if you're Robert and you wanted to spend $400 on ARC for all day, which I'm not saying he does or doesn't, just saying if he did, or you want to buy 5 packs, it's better value to save $100 and get $400 for 5 or $500 for 400 than to buy multi-phasics. Because multi-phasics are about a 15% kickback, but it's all relative to what you decide to do. Nick says about the Mantis free-to-play sourcing. Have they told you NDA people about it? Nope, not at all. They have not. They have not. I mean, Barnabas, I've told you that they're going to announce it soon, but they've not given any type of announcement. So that doesn't count. So. Are they going to bring out any more of the Dominion Armadas? The jump from 35 to 40 is a lot. I can do 35s without a scratch, but the 40s I can only do about half damage. No, this is how they're laying them out. This is how they're laying them out. So what you see is exactly what you're getting. Oh man, I need to wait on that one because Fluffy. I was super excited for DS9. I was hoping it was a re-adjustment game, and I felt meh so far. So I felt meh last month, Kia. This month, I'm super excited. Like, I love this month's content. I think this month's content is great. I love this month's content. Sean, this month, the short answer to how to source officers as of now, unless they change their plans, is yes, money. The short answer is there will be SMSs this month that allow you to earn shards for officers through earning a recruitment currency. You'll go spend that recruitment currency in like an ultra pack, and if you want more of that currency, you're going to buy it. If you want more of that currency, you're going to buy it. So whether or not you do that is going to be completely up to you. Obviously, I'm not a fan of that at all. I've made it very clearly known I'm not a fan of it, and now we'll just see what happens. Brigadier Jones, I don't know why you expect me to have the answer to that question. That sounds awful. My thoughts too, but it's not my call, right? All I can do is provide feedback, and I made it very clear in our ARC meeting that I did not think this was going to be an effective strategy, but I could be wrong too. Like, I say it's not an effective strategy, but look, the spenders out there could go and spend more doing that than they would a spend event. I don't know. All I can really hope is that they're proven wrong, and that this crashes and burns and they don't do this again. James, you get the Bajoran missions through the holodeck, and they will be available in the holodeck for forever. Now, if you're asking how to get the diodes are in milestones 10 and 14. Milestones 10 and 14. So Phil, if you're referring to when DJ talked about there being a Kobayashi Maru event, yes, he did misunderstand. There is no Kobayashi Maru unlimited earning of officers event. We actually had that conversation with the devs, and that was just a misunderstanding somewhere. Well, actually, we're going to slow grind this with the auger because cargo capacity. Cargo capacity. I want to get as much cargo as I can. I'm going to go grind here. That's as deep as I can go. I don't know which one it's called. D-Space? Can't answer that either, Bajoran. Do you know if there is a logic behind encouraging matching? There is, Tara, but it needs to be reworked. Simple answer. What happened to the ISO chips rolling over this month? I thought the rods need spending, but the chips rolled over. That's what we were told. But I also said I have no idea what this month looks like, so spend it. Send me messages. Yeah, I don't. The post can have a typo, y'all. I don't care. One of the moderators tried to tell me. I don't care if it says ass. It's okay. You can reach the next system up from that. Oh, you're right. I can do this one right here. That 44. You're right. Thank you. Noted. You gonna send out another incursion survey? Maybe, Phil. I am log jammed in stuff right now. Again, need an assistant. And Ray, what are you grinding? Are you grinding mantis? Are you grinding worms? What are you grinding right now? What are you grinding? Also, real quick, I gotta give a thank you. This just came through. Let me load it up. Oh my goodness, load up. Ah! Thank you to. I'll put up here, and I'll update the screen. But thank you to Andrew, who just sent me a gift for my birthday. Thank you so much, Andrew. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Tonight, we are still having my birthday stream on Twitch. That is at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is 4 hours from right now. Starting at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll have my birthday stream. We'll open presents that y'all have sent, which y'all have been generous from buying off my Amazon wishlist. We will play Star Trek Fleet Command. We will complain about Scopely because we love doing that. And sometimes you just need a vent session. Again, Andrew, thank you so much for that. That was very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. How do you get a timer to show for the Mantis Exocomps? There's not a timer showing, is there? Was that something they talked about in this recent update? Is anyone else getting notifications about players in your lines doing solos? Yes, that has been a problem. Banning Europeans again because it'll be midnight. Actually, G, I'm actually trying to help Europeans by starting early. If you remember, I usually start at 7 p.m. So I'm starting 2 hours earlier to try to allow some of our European friends to come. Like, I'm literally trying to do a good thing. I'm trying to be nice. Timer shows when you hit manage ship. Well, that's annoying, Sean. I'm literally trying to be nice. I'm trying to help. Y'all are never happy. Y'all are never happy. We got the perfect analogy for this month. Last month was the Force. I'm not even going to read a stupid Star Wars reference. Lame, gratificated, lame. Thank you, Jose. I'm glad you appreciate it. As a lower level player, Ops 25 was the best I can get out of this current arc. Can't do the missions and can't reach the minion space. So one positive about this arc runner is he made sure that there are events every day for anybody who's too low. So you will have events every single day. You will have something to do. The content is not geared towards you. You need to level up and get it to where the content is geared towards you. But the simple answer is the game's not really making new content for low levels anymore. Because most of the game is, literally most of the game, almost the entire player base is level 34 or above. So it's just getting y'all to level up there and getting them to make the economy to where it's easier to level up. Start a new job, going to miss the birthday stream. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I still appreciate the happy birthday wishes. Thank you. So much light in the Cardassian system. Well, this is Kirill, which I think technically we're in Dominion space here. And this is technically Dominion space, but Yeah. I'm level 33. Should I jump to 35? I would. My alliance was calling for help with the solo armadas. They were confused with the idea of solo in the 3 ship slots. Yeah, I mean, I get the confusion because it's a new thing, but I will have a video. We'll talk about the mechanic. We'll talk about sourcing, and we'll talk about crewing. It is solo. Do it by yourself. So Meme does point out that Rakan is only warp 35. It's not super easy to reach at Ops 25, but it can be done. It could be done, yeah. That's a true statement. It could be done. Oh man, I gotta grind these antimatter units, and then I gotta do my pull to get my stuff today. Bajoran system looks a lot better now. It has the same colors as the show intro. I have not looked at the Bajor system since that. Let me go take a look. Let's go take a look at Bajor. Okay. Yeah, it does. I see that. I don't remember there being like 13 Bajor planets. There might be, and I don't just remember it, but. Is your camping at 35 PvP officer recommendations changed for strike teams? Well, right now there's no sourcing for strike teams, so there's no sourcing for strike teams. No, Jactimus Prime, I'm opening gifts tonight on the Twitch stream. 5 p.m. we'll do that. 1 shard short of Strike Team Ortega. It is on my list of things, man. I've got an entire list of things to discuss with EcoBoost Engine in my meeting with him, and that's on the list. All on the list. Keep the strike team for oopsie chest. Oh man, I feel like there's been plenty of oopsies lately. Should I jump to 35 now or wait for a spin event? Well, there's no SMS or there's no SLB this month for like a spin event leaderboard. So unless you want to wait till November, level up. Had to go to school and get ready for meeting at school so my son can start back tomorrow. Have fun. Hey, Dennis, have a great time and good job being a great dad. You're doing awesome. Appreciate you. We appreciate dads here. Are the mana systems bugged on your server? Oh my God, I'm gonna get asked this question for the rest of my life. No, they're not. And it's not unique to you. And it's on some servers. They ran a script yesterday. It fixed a lot of the problems. Obviously, it's not been fixed for everybody. It is still a massive problem. You're not alone. But no, all of mine work. So, yeah. 14 planets? Had no idea, Liam. That's definitely a piece from the show that I did not know. New token systems in Bajoran space are the G4, G5 systems. No idea. Haven't been there. Haven't even looked it up yet. S21 has 3 broken Actian systems. I hear you. I mean, all I can do is pass it up, y'all. But if y'all put in a ticket and bug them, that's all we can really do. Any word on efficiency of rep so we can control it more directly by not pulling rep bundles? Is there any idea? Should we rush rep or slow pull it? I honestly have no idea what you're even talking about ordering. No clue at all. Wish you get rare solo armadas, not in the green chest Ops 35. Well, I don't think you'd be able to beat a rare even if you wanted to, honestly. Right now, doing the daily grind, get battle pass done, get my epic ship eventually. Right now, using Cerritos until I get something better that can carry me into the 40s. Wow, using the Cerritos for grinding. Don't see a lot of people doing that. Let's see, did we win? We did win this, right? Oh, we did. Yay. Yeah, I'll take it. And I got a mega chest. Yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, didn't get really much in credits, but I need the Cardassian superior loot. Wasn't much of a payout, but I need the superior loot. Do you grind the Cerritos super events on Wednesday? No. I just do the regular grind. The way to get Bajoran rep is through the faction turn-in menu. Again, I'll have a video about Bajoran faction today, but right here, reputation advancement. which I've been told that they will be updating the event itself, that rep event. So let's see, I just got a text. Yeah, no worries, Corey. Yeah, Corey, no worries, man. I appreciate it. Also, a shout out to Curtis. Thank you for sending me love on my birthday. Thank you a lot. Thank you. That's very kind of me. I'll put up here on the screen as we do the medical expenses / child fund. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Curtis. Has it been updated already? David, I haven't looked since about an hour or two ago. Let's go take a look. I might need a reboot then if it's already been updated. Let's go see. Mine's still at 1600, so I might need to reboot. Or do they change the scoring? Or they change the scoring? Because Lord knows I can't do that. Scores 1,000 points. Tooltip is okay, cool. Well, we'll test that then. We'll test that. Mine just hasn't updated probably because I haven't rebooted. And in this, I haven't rebooted since the update yesterday. You finished it with one pull? Well, we'll be able to test that because as soon as I finish doing my grind here, I'm going to fill up my auger. I'm using my auger specifically because it has more cargo space. And when I fill up my auger, I will then, didn't mean to do that. I will then do a triple pull. I'll do a triple pull. Actually, I probably need to save my pulls for the video today, don't I? I really do. Dang, I'm not gonna be able to do the triple pull with y'all. But, oh well. I'll cover it in my video today. I'll cover it in the video today. Oh, okay, Draco, thank you. I will check it out after the stream. Check it out after the stream. There's so many things to grind. I still gotta do my Mantis grind today. I gotta do some rep grinding today for Klingon. So much to do. Have to restart even my computer every so often, or almost get nothing at all. That's weird. Shouldn't have to do a full like system reboot for anything. Oh, somebody got it. Clip or screenshot the triple pull you make on stream and edit in the video. That's me. Why would I do all that work when I literally can just do it in the video when I'm making it? Why make more work? Why make more work? You like the retrieving planet? Same. Using 5, 6, 7, and Geordie, Bev Wharf on 2 ships for solo for more loot. Okay. I don't really go for a loot bonus on mine because I'm just trying to hit the solo armadas. You don't want to, it's better to hit the biggest armada you can for more loot than a smaller armada running a loot crew. Changed the scoring of loyalty event. I did the single loyalty pull right after the event started and didn't get the first award. I just looked and says complete. Good. Good, good, good. They said they were updating it, but again, I haven't rebooted, so I haven't seen it. Let me check our dev chat real quick, see if there's anything else happening that I've missed. Nothing so far. All right. Sweet. Also curious, how long is DJ's quick and dirty video? It's still 14 minutes long. DJ's quick and dirty is a quarter of an hour. My goodness, man. I love him so much. Doctor's call, she's okay in recovery. So happy to hear that, Corey. Definitely prayed for y'all yesterday, especially after our phone call. Very happy to hear that, man. Thank you for keeping me updated. Appreciate that. Did Tio Sahura and Tio Spock negate the new strike team officers? They can negate the critical part, yeah. There are still some abilities of the strike team that are not built around criticals, but there is some effect there, for sure. 14 minutes for DJ is a record short video. It is a very short video for DJ, I agree. Usually he's putting out 30 minutes at the minimum. That quick and dirty is actually as good as I've seen DJ's videos. Be stunned if you got yours in less time. I mean, I already have mine pretty set. I'll get it in about 10 minutes, but I'm just going to hit all the main points you need to know about the Bajoran faction. So there's not a ton to the Bajoran faction. And then we've got that pretty graphic where it makes it look even more confusing than it is, but there is a ton of currencies in it. But we'll go through all of this and talk about the loop, what you can do. So do I get what? Mox, there are no leaderboards for you to hit this month. There are no spin leaderboards this month. There are no spin leaderboards this month. Battle Pass rewards have regular directives. Do you think Scopely meant that, or was that supposed to be the news? It is. Well, I can verify, but I'm pretty sure it's how it's supposed to be. Mox, where you been, buddy? We've been talking about this for 24 hours. There are no spin event leaderboards this month. Your birthday tomorrow? It's my birthday tomorrow as well, Obi. Thank you. What is what crew, Brandon? What is what crew? You can't just ask an open-ended question with 550 people here. You got to be specific about what you need to know. Don't try level 40 Jemadar Armada unless you can muster about 17 million in your 3 ships. Yeah, there's some fair to that math. I mean, you want to have at least a third, at best a quarter power to an Armada, depending on your crew loadouts. I was able to take out level 43 with a Kelvin, a Valdor, and an Enterprise. Okay. 2 9mm ships and a 6mm ship. I need more of these explorers to spawn and less of these battleships. I need more people clearing out the interceptors. I'm not gonna be able to finish loot grinding on this hull. I gotta go down a system. Too beefy. You did a 40 with 17 mil easy. So yesterday I did the 2 that I could. I started off with the baby one. And let's see if I can get back to it from yesterday. Where are you? And then I did the 40. And the 40 I won very handily. So the 40 I won very handily with my Valdor, Enterprise, and Augur running crews. And I think I did one more. Did I do one more? Or did I do the 35 to start and then the 40? Oh no, I did the 43. Yeah, I did the 43. Won semi-handily. And this, I changed up the crews a little bit, just do a little bit of experimentation. But with a 9.9 Valdor, a 6 Int, and a 5.6 Augur. So 21.7, and took down the Jemadar pretty easily. Battle logs though went 21 rounds, so pretty lengthy fight. A pretty lengthy fight. And I'm curious about maybe turning my Enterprise into a support ship where it brings burning and it brings hull breach and we run a critical build. I'm gonna try out a few different ones. All right, so we're gonna come down here. It'll take a little bit longer, but I can actually do it in one hull now. Wait till they release the Prime for a 4th ship slot for the Solar Armadas. I'll be honest, Juan, if they did that, I'd buy it. Just being legitimate with you, I probably would buy it. I love the Solar Armada mechanic. I love it. I really do. I really love it. You run 5 as captain or 6? I never run 6 as captain. If I'm running 5, 6, I'm running 5 as captain. I mean, yeah, I'm running PMC now for grinding Dominion ships. I was using PMC. Yes, Obi, I will be streaming 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, so a little bit less than 4 hours from now on Twitch for the birthday stream. We're starting early tonight, so more people can come join in. Hopefully more people join in. We'll see. Hopefully. Oh, I can do a 35 with a tier 4 int, Vidar tier 9, Borders tier 9, or change Vidar to Sarko. I would not probably use the Sarko. Again, a lot of this comes down to crewing, ship power, and I say this so much, y'all. Your ship power don't mean diddly poo. It's your crews. It's your crews. And honey, I don't care if DJ's going to go live. You don't need to tell me that. You don't It's taboo. You don't talk about other content creators when you're in a content creator stream. You don't do that. It doesn't matter if DJ's going live. It doesn't matter. Don't do that. Sarco has whole health but can't do anything with it. Yeah, so like the Sarco, unless you just ran it as a support ship, like it brought your whole breach, it brought your burning, I wouldn't bring a Sarco because it's not gonna put out any damage. And because you can never guarantee that that's the ship that gets hit, no point running a Sarco. I was running DS9 crews, 5-6 con. What's good for the third? Again, depends on what you have. I mean, you could run, like if you're on an auger, you could run Giorgio, Ash, Tyler, and DJO could give you a mitigation / damage boosting run. But it depends on what you have. For my auger, I was running something like that. But you've also got the TNG crew with Riker and Bev. That's a real good one that you can run. You've also got the new Cisco-led crew. So that's a good one. Just depends on who you have, because that's gonna be the tricky part is not everybody has all these Armada crews and officers, and we're gonna have to build that for you. Any words on Starbase mechanic additions this arc? I mean, the level went up to level 24's max level, and there's a new plasma system to mine. But the Sally with Riker Bev can be good as a third ship for a smaller Armada. It could. Only worry about that Saladin going down semi-quickly. Only worry about that Saladin going down semi-quickly. It's really going to depend on how long can that Saladin stay up. You know what I mean? My auger is Riker, Bev, Giorgio. Good crew. I think I did that one yesterday. I think I actually did that one. Riker, Bev, Giorgio, and the Enterprise with 5 Kirk Khan, and Saladin with full DS9. Yeah, I mean, and what did you take down, Toonboard? You probably were easily able to do a 35. Did you do a 40 with that? Any idea when the Alliance rep max will increase? Haven't done any Cardassian Armada since I maxed it early last arc. I have no clue if they are even raising it, Draco. I have no clue if they are even going to raise it. Took out 43s with these crews. 5 Con Lorca on my Kelvin. The DS crew. Assuming you mean DS9 crew on your Katinga, and Riker, Kirk, Spock on your Jelly. Noted. With those 3 ships, you could go a little bit higher just because warp range. One thing that limited me, or does limit me, is warp range. So, took out 46s. Nice. Just a 35, my Enterprise can't reach the 40 system. Yeah, warp range is going to be an issue for some people. Warp range is going to be an issue for some people. And because you want to use 3 ships, like my Valdor's got warp 150, but my Enterprise is only warp 85, and my Augur is warp 80. So unless I want to bring out the ISS Jelly, which I can do, the ISS Jelly is not a terrible Armada ship, but even then, I'm only getting +5 warp range in there because my Enterprise is 85 versus my Augur being 80. So I'm not getting too much of an increase anyway. That's going to be my bottleneck until I get a third ship. Managed to get a 35 with a Max Saladin, Max Vidar, and a Tier 1 Cerritos. 165% Armada Exocomp, Cerritos support on the Sally. Nice, Corellis. I'd actually love to see that log. If you have it by chance. If you have it by chance. Have to choose between Tier 3 Enterprise and Tier 4 Jelly. I went with the Jelly. The Jelly will create more damage, but could blow up a lot sooner. The Enterprise will be able to be a lot better tank, but probably won't put out as much DPR. Yeah, Corellis, hit me up on Discord. About using Discovery as a taxi? Yeah, I can do that, yeah. My Discovery range, let me see. My Discovery range is, because I don't remember off the top of my head. My Discovery range is 110. That would extend it a little bit more. Would have to use Disco Go-Go Juice, but I could do that as well. It's a good call out. Good call out. Good call out. And let's see, in terms of how deep that would get me. So like Sagra is 90. So that could get me to Sagra. It could get me all the way out to Hyra. Yeah, I could get out to Hyra, which I will send, just in case somebody's there that wants to blow me up, I'll send my disco there so y'all can see what's in it, because obviously it's hidden. Obviously it's hidden. And then I'll show y'all what's actually in that system. My biggest question in regards to the Bajoran Faction is what to spend the badges on. Again, today's video, I will cover that. And I actually like the grind setup. I don't think it's too heavy. So I will cover that in today's video that I'll have out in 2-ish hours. So today's stream will not go terribly long. We'll cut it a little bit short so I can get that video out for y'all today. And then I gotta get ready for the birthday stream. So very, very busy day here in the Star Trek Fleet Command CC household. Very, very busy day. How much G3 do you suggest someone hold on to the side for Jelly SLB? Nick, I can't answer that because that comes down to your server's leaderboards and how much usually gets spent. And I don't know that amount. You have to know that for yourself. Now, what's the point scoring usually look like in your SLBs? Because that varies greatly from server to server. I can't even give you a rough estimate. I have no idea what that will look like for you and what would be best for you. And Hani, give you a shout out real quick. Thank you, Hani, for donating to the birthday fund. Remember tonight, y'all can come by the channel and the Twitch stream because I tried to make it to where everybody could come by. Thank you so much. I've put it up on the board. I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me and my family. What's your disco with Grush, TOS Scotty, and Cadet Scotty? So that would probably be somewhere around 130. Not enough to get to the 150 though. Not enough to get to 150. My Grush is, have I upgraded my Grush? I think I just got him. I don't know if I've upgraded him. Let's see where my Grush is at. Yeah, so I could take Grush to the next tier. Currently he's a 10% increase. So I could take him up one more tier. I could take him to tier 4 now. Hey Daniel, how you doing? 3.2 million antimatter for max pull sucks. Sometimes Draco, it's better to be a lower level player. Because my max pull is like 134K. What are your thoughts on the max pull requirements for the new faction store based on being off base as well as rep level base? Personally don't mind it because it's not too bad here, but for higher levels it's pretty grindy. But when I told DJ about that yesterday, he was pretty surprised, and it can definitely get really grindy really quickly. Also on the Nova or Northcut first? Well, what do you do more of, Jeff? Do you PvP and Armada more, or do you mine more? Simple answer. Honestly, to me, Northcut more fun. I'd go Northcut. Leaderboards go up, going from 37 to 39. No, 37 39 is all one leaderboard bracket. No, Obi, I have no idea who's in the treasury this month. If there's even officers. Remember, there's not always officers in the treasury. That is not a guarantee. There's not always officers in the treasury. We know when the next Jelly BP event is. As of now, there's not one this month. I will try to follow up on that and see if that gets added. But as of now, I don't believe there is one. Don't believe there is one. I have 22 pings in my Discord. My goodness. Jesus, y'all. Ugh. Okay. Oz 52, 4.4 million is the pull. Well, remember, don't use the Nova, like, don't look at the Nova in terms of how much loot you can pull with it. Because remember, you have the amalgam. So when the Nova first came out, yeah, that was a legitimate option. You just one shot a base, take some from it, but because you could pull 20 million with the Nova. But it's more about the warp range and the mining. So a lot of the higher levels I talk about just say, hey, wait on the Novas and get the faction miners. And even at tier 1, level 1, the faction miners in 5-star are far superior, even at tier 1, level 1, between warp range and everything else. So, but I have no idea how close you are to that. Buy the Nova with Klingon and ROM credits, with the Northcut with Fed credits, and you're good. You'll eventually need stuff to upgrade the Northcut. It's true. You tell Scopa to make an option to delete missions completely. They're not going to do that. So. They're not going to do that. My tier 2 Vrax is close to 300K an hour on G5R. Yeah, and Draco's a good example. I mean, if you are pushing. And also, big shout out to McCullum, who also has donated to my birthday. Thank you so much, McCullum. I appreciate that. I'll put it up here add it to our board up there. And it does come down to like how close are you, but just efficiently speaking, those faction ones are way better. Won't see the Twitch stream as I'll be asleep, but I wish you me a chicken is. Thank you, I appreciate that. And thank you, Corellis. I'll check them after the stream. I will check them after the stream. On behalf of all of us, thank you for everything you do. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I know it can be a little bit irritating, but we are extremely grateful. Hey, this is my job, man. If you ever had to deal with customers, this is just how it is. You love them. Sometimes they'll get on your nerves, but they're amazing, and you appreciate them. Yes, Ming, I'm very aware of what you need to get G5 faction miner. I'm very aware. I'm very aware. What's the story with the mini event store that the ISO linear chips are supposed to carry over? That's what we were told. But if you all remember, I was very clear. I have no idea what that could be done for next month and to spend them. So I was very clear about that. Like, yes, I was told they'll roll over, but I was also very, very adamant to spend. Very adamant to spend them. With the G5 economy, you'll not get G5 faction miners for a long time unless you're a super well. Yeah, I'm aware. But we're talking about efficiency. And if you're a spender, then that's something that you should know. Now, if you take that knowledge and say, hey, I would rather get the Nova now, fine. But it's still my job to help every player be as efficient as possible. And the most efficient route for a spender is to wait to the 58s and do that. Now, if you want to build a Nova and not invest much into it and just have a low tier Nova for the warp range, that's fine too. But my job is to help with efficiency. And the efficient route is that. Companies to pay content creators, they should hire a couple considering the role you play. I wish that was true, John. It'd be nice if that happens eventually. We'll see. I like how you can increase your own G4/G5 refinery pools with the new faction. That is a really cool feature. And I'm curious to some of our higher levels if they've, because some people have talked about buying credits already and going for that pack. If anybody's done that yet, there are some very interesting favors. They're just researches, y'all. It's a built-in research tree. But there are some really interesting favors like the Bajoran ore refinery down here, giving you at level 1, it has 3 tiers, a 50%, then 100%, then 150% bonus to the refinery rewards, which is pretty freaking cool. And Darius is correct. Super highways will get you to the lower G5s pretty easily, the transwarp highways. But we also, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I haven't ever made a video about it because there's so few people, especially at the time they came out, that applies to. But now more and more are in that range. Nova doesn't unlock until distinguished, and I'm only there with Fed Rep. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have been saving for a long time for an officer SLB. I have everything that I need to go from 44 to 46. Let's build my pylum. Should I wait until November or just take the leap? Again, Space Lord, I can't tell you what to do with that decision. That's something that you have to decide for yourself and what's good for your account. If you want to be efficient, then wait a month. But if you want to actually continue to grow and have content, it's tough to tell somebody to wait. Here's a 48 Jem'Hadar flagship for those who are curious about the deeper runs. And it just has too much hull health for me to even try. 7 mil DPR. I would not stand a chance against this, but look at the hull health on it. 115 million hull health, y'all. That is a beefy boy. That is a very, very beefy boy. Very beefy boy. Super beefy. But this is what it looks like way out here. Draco says I was going to get as close to Op 60 as I could this art, but not going to waste my limited material sync. Yeah, no arguments. I get that. And for me, it's tough because like I had a long-term goal that if I wait until November, it gets harder for me to hit 46 and build my pylum in December. But I don't know. I might just have to bite the bullet and do it, or I might just wait and try to ultra push in November. The holodeck missions from past arcs become available once players reach the proper level requirements. So Queen Warmouse, if you have the diodes, yes. If you have the diodes, yes. Wonder how Leslie Moreau Kirk would do to one of these. The problem, David, is I don't have enough, I don't have any extra directives to just go around testing that. So I'd love to test it, but right now, because we're at the very beginning, there's so few solo directives to be had, it's tough to test that right now. But yeah, it would be interesting to see how that works. I don't want to waste mine yet because I'm slowly working up, but why Moreau on a solo Armada? So Graduated, they were simply doing it from the aspect of doing a synergy with Leslie. So giving Leslie synergy and then having Kirk there. So for the shields. The drawback I think you're going to run into, David, is not the staying alive part. I think the drawback is you're not going to create enough damage because there's so much whole health to these armadas. I think you might end up having the problem where you run into the 100 round limit. And then you just wasted a directive anyway. Because remember, one thing unique about these new armadas, and I actually really like this, is they instantly respawn. Because they're solos, you can't like 2-tap these. So if it dies, well, you got to start over from scratch. They're a beefy boy. Now, I do plan on going probably after these 46-ish ones, but we'll see. How do we get more solo armada directives without spending? You get them every day, Rune King Thor, and this will be in my video that comes out in probably 2-ish hours. My video will go over the faction store and everything for Bajorans, but you get them every day through the directive exchange. It's also why I focus on pulling the full pull here while I'm grinding the antimatter hostiles right now, is I try to fill out my cargo for my auger so that I can do the triple pull there, which will let me do a rep pull, and I can do a director's pull. While solo director's pack, do they provide epic and rare? And then in the $100 pack, epic, rare, and uncommon. Elder, I cannot tell you their logic there. They don't tell me the specifics for that. I'm a few weeks into playing this game, and your videos always pop up whenever I have a question. Well, that's what I'm here for, Pablo. And always feel like you can ask any questions that you might have. Garrick says, use my weakest ship with Geordie as captain plus synergy officers for extra loot. Not a bad strategy. Definitely see how that's beneficial. Did I miss your reputation try, whether it's 10 or 1K? So, Stowe's, mine still shows 10, but it has been updated. So I just have to reboot my game to see that. All right. Whew. So many questions. I try to answer them all. It's like they're like Pokemon, but questions. Come on, need to finish this grind out. Get all my mining done. So much to do. Recall. $4.4 mil pull earlier is for solo UC exchange. Ah, okay, Jeff. I was gonna say that was pretty low for a Nova, but I mean, I didn't want to comment on that. Do you have any idea when you'll do your Battle Pass opinion video? What do you mean? The short answer to that is I never do a Battle Pass opinion. The Battle Pass is basically always worth $20. Some months it's worth more, like the month that had all the Mantis officer currency in it, but I will always say the Battle Pass for this game is a good value. And that doesn't change this month. Will the Garrick avatar only be available on the leaderboard? I believe so, Garrick. I believe so. How are they going to capture the interest of new players when they aren't putting out content for them? Steve, there is a crap ton of content for them, though. Like, the problem that you would have is if you keep putting out new content for new players, there's too much for them to do. They're overloaded and they quit. So you can let them participate in the events, in the new event stores, but yeah, it's yeah. Definitely see where you're coming from, but at the same time, you just can't keep putting out new content because they're not getting rid of any of the old content. Lack of entry content is not the issue. Yeah, there's plenty of to do as a new player. I mean, there is a lot to do. You can argue there's too much to do. There's no struggle for need to do at the lower levels. Whew. Very difficult to really explore and exploit things like ATAs when you're low. This is true. Truth is being told. If one ship in the Solar Armada provides morale, will have Exile on a separate ship probably? No, because morale affects individual ships. Hull breach and burning affect the target. So no, morale has to be on each ship that you want morale from. It does not work across all ships. In the low 40s, there's so much to do now. There's not time to rep grind and start getting G4 uncommon. I don't know what you want me to say to that, Kevin. Not sure if it's been answered as yet, but do we know what is in the Prime Faction Tribute Daily Chest that might make it worth it? They're not. I mean, I have a pick of one laying around. It's not worth it at all. I probably will make a video talking about how bad they are Friday. Just short answer, they're not worth it. They are bad. And it was like, I think a level 60. Is either level 60 or level 50? I can't remember which. But it was like 200k rep a day. And that was your bonus. It was 200k rep a day. Like, it's trash. Absolutely trash. Do not waste your money. Please do not waste your money. Please do not waste your money. Like, I'm trying to save everybody from that. Is there a list published that has the credit costs for each tier of the Bajoran favors? I do not have a list handy. There might be one in my Discord. Happy birthday. Going to be in your neck of the woods this weekend, flying in to go see the Saints Hawks game. Oh, very nice, Mo. Very nice. Hope you have a great time. The Superdome was a fantastic place. Yeah, Lord Doctor, I'm really trying to emphasize that because your Syndicate is better to spend money on than these new primes. I'm expecting the Defiant is going to give a loot bonus when killing Dominion hostiles. That would make sense. We'll see what the Defiant actually looks like when it comes out. But there's logic to what you're saying. Definitely makes sense. Is there not an event store this month? No, event stores come at the end of arcs. This is not the end of DS9. DS9 is going to go until December. There's only an event store at the end of each arc. Oh, mini event store. There will still be espionage this month. Yes, will still be espionage this month. Rewards from ticket events and G2 levels are poor, but in ARC months, they give ARC store currency. You can get a real boost to officer sourcing. Noted. Yeah, we do try to still make videos for low content. See you rep at Calgary St. Peter's. Thanks for the notch CFL. Better if you backed a real team like the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They're trash. And their color scheme is awful. Blue Bombers have horrible uniforms. Go St. Peter's. Also, shout out to the CFL. Yeah, there you go, Doug. There you go. Bajoran Faction, you can outlaw 2.0. There is a little bit of that. Actually, I brought that up when we were having our dev meeting. But I would argue that the Bajoran Faction is way better than the Outlaw Faction in terms of grind level and everything else. It's Raver. How can I beat a 22 million solo Armada? I'm level 36, but still don't have an epic 3-star ship. Probably not going to. Because those ships just don't have enough hull health. And none of DPR. Probably not going to with level 28 ships. Maybe if you had several of the 32s. But you really need to get you an epic. Really need to get you an epic. Thank you, Ed Honey. Appreciate you being here, my friend. So the new officers, it isn't specific as to the damage it is to you or to enemy ship. What are you talking about, Dread? It's like an open-ended question there. Also, I got to do a time check, y'all. We have got to wrap up here really quickly so I can finish my video. So, got to finish my video. Last minute questions. Throw them in. Last minute questions. Try to grab what I can. Please remember, though, I never try to ignore a question. I never try to skip over y'all. There's just a lot of people in chat. A lot of people in chat. So, always try to get it. And you can always ask more in our Discord. Not just me, but there are a ton of very helpful players in the Discord to help out. Yeah, Wolfwood, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So 3 hours from now. I'll be live on Twitch for our birthday stream. Just be in mind that we will do Star Trek Fleet Command, but we will also be starting off a lot of the stream with the birthday stuff and opening the presents that I've sent and just having a good time. So System behind the Dominion Warp tokens, I haven't gone there. Does the Amalgam bonus activate on attack or once docked back at station? Huh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Kira still seems useless in the Solar Armadas. Is there any point to running her besides Cisco Synergy? Yeah. For her officer ability. G4 and G5 mining. Thanks, Sean. I honestly haven't even gone and looked. If it's just token space for G4, G5 mining, then I really do not care. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate it. Helpful can sometimes be a huge stretch and more like confrontational. What are you talking about, Barnabas? What you talking about? Elite chest token sourcing. Will it get better? For 2.3K credits, we should at least get 500 for one pull. Or if they want us to get 250 tokens for half the price. I don't have any information on any changes happening. I mean, y'all know how Scopely works. Change is a very, very slow process. And they prefer to wait and see how people react to things. And that can take months before making any type of changes. When raiding, does the bonus loot happen when attacking enemy base or once docked back at your own? So when you attack the base is when you get that loot bonus from attacking. So like if you're raiding a person with 1 trillion, you hit that base, that's when you get your bonus and you can take it home. Why is every team in the NFC South bad this year? Because most of their best players are old. Simple answer. Most of their best players are old. Yeah, no problem, Ian. Happy to. Ducat, the prefect of Major, says damage to player ship. So, I'll be honest. I do not like the new strike team crew. I have to get them to really test them out. The game design team have like sworn up and down to us that they're balanced and they work really well. But just reading them, not having them and testing them and actually seeing the math, they do not look very good. It does not look very good. Looks like you can pretty easily stop them with a variety of strategies. So, but I need to test them. I need to test them for myself before I can really like down them. But at the moment, not impressed. Next and last arc of DS9 will give us Explorer Strike Team, I suppose. We'll just have to wait and see when they release the Explorer Strike Team. But it took them 2 months to release this one. So if that's the pattern, 2 months would then release the next one in December. We need a clone of Rev, the European version. They say everybody has a doppelganger somewhere. Maybe there is one. I wonder what he's doing right now. Thank you, Robert and David, both for the happy birthdays. Thank you both. I appreciate it. And hopefully I've been able to help y'all today and answer all the questions that we can answer. Because there's a lot of them, but that's a good thing. It means that the community is engaged and the community wants to know about things. But I got to hop off and I got to make this video for the faction for y'all and get it all answered. So I will see y'all tonight on the live stream, and y'all will see me in another hour or so with another video. There's 460 of y'all still here. Like the video. That helps out tremendously. So hit the like button as you go out. Leave comments afterwards if you would like to. I think y'all are all amazing. Live long and prosper. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Join the Discord if you want to get more of your questions answered, whether by myself, with the help of my team, or some really knowledgeable commanders like Pseudo, Order to Chaos, etc., RBV. Some really knowledgeable math nerds in our Discord. Appreciate y'all as always. We outie.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.